Good day, learners! Today, you will be having your first lesson in English 10. Lesson 1, Speeches to Save the Day. Our most essential learning competency in this lesson is use information from news reports, speeches, informative talks, and panel discussions in everyday life. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to first, use information from different types of speeches and panel discussions in everyday life. Second, get the meaning of unfamiliar words through context clues. Next, justify the truth and falsity of statements. And lastly, present ideas in the text using graphic organizers. Before we start your lesson, let's have a short pre-test. Direction. Fill in the blanks with the correct words or phrases. Choose your answers from the pool of words given in the box. Now, it's time for us to check your answers. Number 1. An informative speech is designed to convey knowledge and understanding. 2. A persuasive speech usually challenges an audience's belief and/or tries to move those in attendance to change existing viewpoints. 3. Special occasion speeches are delivered during life's momentous events like birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, etc. 4. Panel discussions involve a group of people gathered to discuss a topic in front of an audience. And last, number 5, cyberbullying is a form of harassment using electronic means. Let us now start with your lesson. Context clues are hints that an author gives to help define a difficult or unusual word. The clue may appear within the same sentence as the word to which it refers, or it may follow in the preceding sentences. Examples 1. First, Miguel was very loquacious. He really loved to talk. Second, the rambunctious kids ran out to the bus and climbed on board. They jumped and yelled and just couldn't settle down. These are examples of synonym or restatement context clues. Examples 2. Everyone said that Yesenia could be very stubborn. She would never let someone else talk her out of something once she'd made up her mind. 2. Marty is gregarious, unlike his brother who is quiet and shy. These are examples of antonym or contrast context clues. There are more kinds of context clues. We have definition or explanation context clues, general or inference context clues, punctuation or font context clues, and last, tone or mood context clues. To know more about this lesson, please click the link below. Let's have a short exercise. Direction. Read the following sentences carefully. Determine the meaning of the underlined words through the context clues found within each sentence. Let us now move on to our next topic. Let's talk about the different types of speeches. First, informative speech. Second, persuasive speech. Next one, we have speech for special occasions. And last, we have panel discussion. Let's start our discussion with informative speech. An informative speech is designed to convey knowledge and understanding. Here, we have two kinds of informative communication strategies. The first one is informatory. Here, we intend to create or increase awareness, and we also aim to report new information. Examples of such, we have simple directions, brief news stories, and demonstration speeches. The next kind of informative communication strategy is explanatory. Here, we aim to deepen understanding, and we also intend to clarify difficult information and create understanding. Examples that fall under this strategy are the following: academic lectures, philosophies, and documentaries. Let us also talk about the different types of informative speeches. First, we have description or objects. A speech under this type can include anything visible and tangible in form. Next one, we have explanation or processes. A speech about a systematic series of actions that leads to a specific result or product. Third, we have events. A speech about anything that happens. Or fourth one, we have concepts or definitions. It's about a belief, theory, idea, or principle. And last one, we also have informative speeches about an issue. This time, let's talk about persuasive speech. A persuasive speech usually challenges an audience's beliefs and or tries to move those in attendance to change existing viewpoints, or at least recognize the validity of opposing ideas. We also have the different types of persuasive speeches. First, we have questions of fact. Example: will the stock market rally in 2020? Next one, we have questions of policy. Example: are smokers being unfairly singled out for higher taxation? And last one, we have questions of value. Example: do people have the right to choose to die with dignity? Third, we have speech for special occasions. This kind of speech is delivered during special occasions in life, such as birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, weddings, christenings, award presentations, retirements, dinners, and even funerals. Lastly, we have panel discussion. A panel discussion, or simply a panel, involves a group of people gathered to discuss a topic in front of an audience, typically at scientific, business, or academic conferences, fan conventions, and on television shows. The typical format for a panel discussion includes a moderator in front of an audience. Panels usually include a moderator who guides the discussion and sometimes elicits questions from the audience, with the goal of being informative and entertaining. Informative and persuasive speeches can be both delivered and heard in panel discussions. Learners, get ready, because this time you will be doing a series of activities. Direction. The passage that you will read in the next pages is an example of an informative speech. Study carefully the content of the speech to help you accomplish the next tasks. Activity 1. Create an anti-cyberbullying campaign brochure for your school or community. Make sure to give information or advice about the responsible use of different social media platforms and what to do in case your friend or a family member becomes a victim of cyberbullying. Note: you may follow the sample format given. Activity 2. Understanding the text. Here, you have to pair with any member of your family or a friend. Then, exchange answers to the questions that follow. First set of questions for student A. We have number 1, what springs to mind when you hear the word cyberbullying? 2, how can someone be bullied in cyberspace? 3, do you think online bullying is worse than or not as bad as physical bullying? 4, when did you first hear about cyberbullying? And 5, what would you do if you were cyberbullied? Here are the next set of questions. Number 1, what examples of cyberbullying can you think of? 2, do you know anyone or have you heard of someone who has been cyberbullied? 3, how do you think cyberbullying affects the lives of those who have been bullied? 4, Isn't it best simply not to visit the sites on which nasty comments or pictures are posted if you are being cyberbullied? And number 5, don't you think it would be easy for the police to trace where nasty posts or text messages came from? Activity 3. Connecting to human life experiences. Answer the questions below based on what you have learned about cyberbullying. Number 1. How can someone be bullied in cyberspace? 2. Which do you think is worse? Online bullying or physical bullying? Why? 3. What advice can you give to someone who is bullied online? 4. What can we do to stop cyberbullying? And number 5, what advice can you give to the parents, teachers, and students about cyberbullying? For activity 4, you have to complete the graphic organizers based on the informative speech that you have read. The first organizer is about factors that motivate perpetrators of cyberbullying. The second one is the effects of cyberbullying to an individual. Let's have a short recap of our lesson for today. Remember, there are different types of speeches which depend upon the purpose or function. Again, an informative speech is used to convey knowledge and understanding of ideas. A persuasive speech challenges the audience's beliefs or tries to change their existing viewpoints about a certain issue. Speeches for special occasions are delivered in various momentous events in life, like graduations, weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, etc. And lastly, a panel discussion, or simply a panel, involves a group of people gathered to discuss a topic in front of an audience, typically at scientific, business, or academic conferences, fan conventions, and on television shows. Let's now check your understanding of the lesson. Complete the outline below with different types of speeches that you have learned in this lesson. And now we've finally come to your post-test. Here, you have to write true if the statement is correct, and false if it is otherwise. Reminders, don't forget to submit your activities, check your understanding, and post test answers to your English teacher for evaluation. My dear learners, that's the end of our lesson for today. Again, good day to you and see you again next time!
I'm just